Hey there, I'm Julia, a birth doula and hypnobirthing educator, and you might be wondering why I'm sitting on a toilet. And I'll tell you. I love to empower women to have calm, confident, and low intervention births, and the toilet is an amazing tool to help them achieve that. Now, before you write me off as some woo woo cuckoo girl, I will explain why the toilet is an amazing tool and how you can use it in your labor and birth. So, let's start with a little bit of anatomy. Your pelvic floor is a group of muscles at the base of your pelvic that kind of acts as a hammock that supports your baby. You might have heard a lot about strengthening your pelvic floor and how a really strong pelvic floor is good for overall health, which in some cases is true, but in labor and birth, what we are looking for is a relaxed pelvic floor. Think of your pelvic floor as a doorway. If you are tense and tight and maybe gripping, that door is going to stay locked shut. But when you relax, that door softens and opens and allows your baby to more easily pass through. An interesting thing to note is that your pelvic floor is directly connected to your jaw and throat. So if you've ever been in pain or stressed, you might notice that you really clench your jaw or really tighten up your shoulders, and that might cause stress or pain in your body. In labor, the same thing happens too. If you feel that intensity and clench and tighten, your pelvic floor will likely be tight as well. That's why deep breathing, softening your face, maybe even making mooing or ah sounds can really help as you ride out your contraction. Now, you might be wondering, how does the toilet fit into any of this? Well, sitting on the toilet is one of the most natural positions for pelvic floor relaxation. Your body already knows that it's a place where you let go, both physically and mentally. Now, not to get too TMI, but birth is messy, so here we go. But when you pee and poo, your body is passing through something, and we want to think of labor the same way. Your baby is just passing through. So we need to think of it in that lens and thinking, okay, where does my body know how to relax? And a lot of times, that's on the toilet. We just let the poo come right out. That's often why the toilet is called the dilation station, because you have that deep mind body connection where your body just naturally knows, oh, this is a place where I soften and relax. We really want that in labor. We want you to not even have to think about it, that you can just be in a space and let your body do the rest. Now, let's talk about some positions. The positions that I'm sitting in right now is actually horrible, and I don't recommend it. We don't want your legs crossed. We want a very neutral pelvis, neutral posture. If you can, keep your legs at a 90-degree angle and just kind of ride your contraction out here. This is really great, again, where your body knows how to relax. Oftentimes, when you feel that contraction come, it's building, you ride it out, whew, you lean down here and you end up here at the end of your contraction. This is very normal and a great place to labor. However, a lot of times after a contraction passes, maybe you lean back. Woo! And you need some rest. And then when the next contraction hits, you kind of have to brace yourself, and move forward, and end up here. Having to go through all of that uses a lot of energy. So either you can labor here, or what you can do is face opposite if space allows. And even if you have something, maybe you put a pillow here. Don't have to expel any more energy and can just ride it out right here. Some women like to hover and rock because they know they have something to catch them right there. Incorporate some movement, just gentle side to side. They know when it's time, whoop, they can just sit back down. And I know a lot of people are scared about pooping in labor, which is very normal and happens more often than not. They can just be caught right there. You don't even have to think about it. Flush it right down. So again, another plus for using a toilet. Anytime you change positions in labor, your next contraction will likely be very intense before it settles back down. And a lot of times when you sit on the toilet, especially if you've been in a laying down position or even just walking, your next contraction can be quite intense. So I recommend just sitting it out, seeing how it feels, moving through like 1 or 2 contractions and seeing if it is comfortable. Now, you don't have to stay here. It is a great tool, but is it the right tool for you? I think that's very important as you go through all of your resources and all of the information that you want to use. There's a lot of shoulds in labor. Oh, I should do this. I should use that. I should use this peanut ball and that and that and that. But your biggest resource, and I think the best tool that you can use, is your intuition. What does your body need in this moment? If it's to sit upright and really just kind of sway and rock, lean into that, stay in that position. When I'm at a birth with a client, if I'm noticing that she's like really leaning to one side, what I'll do is just encourage her to go even deeper. So listen to what your body and your baby are telling you and go with that. If it's not the toilet, that's okay, but it is one of the tools that you have in your toolbox. No, labor and birth can feel overwhelming, but your body and your baby know what they're doing. You don't have to force anything. A lot of times we just have to let it be, and it'll happen naturally. Well, that's all for me today. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.